Hi! In this episode we are going to modify what we've created in previous videos. That means adding a possibility to show names of equipment items and hide the equipment bar in the first scene. Alright, now we know what we need to do, so let's go to the game manager and let's start working on this function. Here we need just one if statement. We need to check if equipment canvas ID, which is the slot under the mouse, is less than collected items.count. So for example, if we know that we have only 2 items, item slot number 8 is empty, so we don't need to show the name of it. Alright, and as we know that the equipment canvas ID is less than amount of items we have, we can just call update name tag function. And as a argument we need to use collected items with the equipment canvas ID as an index, and that's it. Both item slots array and collected items list start from 0, so we won't have any errors there. But it doesn't mean that it will work just like we want it. You see, there in the item data class we have this object name and the name tag size. For example, in the big man, we click on a big man, but we get a boost from him. So we want in the equipment bar see a boost, not the big man, but we can't do that because we don't have a place to store this name. And in addition we will need to set its new size somewhere. To do that, let's just copy and paste those 2 lines and change the object name to item name. And we also need to change name tag size to item name tag size. So in the scene we have objects and in the equipment bar we have items only. Now in the game manager, in the update name tag, we need to check if the item is in our equipment or in the scene. So for example, let's go with checking if collected items dot contains our item. This will be true if we have collected this item we want to use. And we need to use a different name and size in that case. Okay, and here we can just copy and paste those lines and change item object name to item name. And this item.name tag size to item.item name tag size. Alright, this one looks really ugly, so let's make it at least a tiny bit better. Go with a new string type variable and let's name it name text. And let's set it to item object name. Then we also need a vector2 type variable and it will be size. And for now let's use item name text size as its value. Now we may just copy this name text and use it over there and use this size over there. And after we've done it, it's a good idea to remove this part of the line and use name text and use size over there. Maybe we don't need those comments, and I think that's enough. So we assume that we deal with objects in the scene, but if we are wrong and we have this item collected, we use item name and item name tag size instead. Then we just use whatever there is. Oh, and don't forget to use size over there. We have this water on the table, and the object name is water, but we want it to be water bottle as the item name. Maybe we'll need a bigger name tag size. And that's it. Now let's go to the next object, which is a plant. There we want a dangerous plant as an item name and a bigger name tag size. The big man gives us a boost, so let's use it as an item name. And we may leave the size as it is. I've just realized that here in the water on a table UI image we set the name tag canvas active and after that we update it, but in item slots we only use that show item name function which doesn't set the name tag canvas active. As you may guess, this might be a problem because we don't see a name tag. We could treat it as a failure and add this set active to every item slot, but it would take a while. So instead, let's just say that it is a great opportunity to improve our project. We'll just move this event trigger to the code. So let's go to the game manager and to its update name tag function, and here let's add a name tag parent.gameObject.setActive. And of course we want it to be true. Now we may go back to Unity and select this event trigger and just delete it. And we need to do that for every UI image. It's still a bit of work, but hey, it's less than with adding a new event type. Now we may finally test if the game works. Pick up this water and we see the name tag, but it is under the equipment bar. But there is no need to worry about this because all we need to do is to go to this named canvas and set its ordering layer to a bigger number. We want this name tag canvas to be on top of everything. Of course, except the blocking canvas, but this one is in a totally different render mode. The equipment bar will still be below it. Alright, one more try. Let's go to this water, let's look at it. Yeah, we have this name displayed properly. So we may go to the plant, pick it up, and there is another error. We can't see the name of this item. It turns out we can't delete the game object which stores item data component and store our collected items the way we do for now. Let's leave it as it is, and in the future I will show you how to solve this problem and improve our game a little bit, by the way. As you can see, this equipment bar is visible in the scene 0, which looks really silly. By the way, if your animation has stopped like that too, that means you still have an active local scene set to 1, and that causes the error. Now we need to do something with this equipment bar. We can't just grab it and put it in the scene 1 because we need it to be in every scene we have, except the end and the start scene. But what about selling it inactive as we open up the game, scene 0, and selling it active as we leave the scene? I think it's a solid and easy solution for that. Alright, so in the game manager, as you remember, previously we have created this equipment canvas variable which holds the equipment canvas, and we may use it in this change scene I enumerator. Let's find the line where we go to the next scene, and before that line happens, we just need to show equipment bar. So we grab the equipment canvas and set it active, with true as an argument. Leave it as it is and let's check out how it looks like now. We are back in Unity, we can see that there is no equipment bar here, and we can go to the scene 1. As we do that, we can see the equipment bar again, which is great. And now let's check out what happens if we go to the scene 3 and click the fireplace. Okay, we have this white square here, but for now let's leave it as it is. And we need to hide this equipment bar right there, so okay, let's do that. Or maybe I should look at the time because there was a lot of going on in this video and it gets too long, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna ask you about that in the comment below this video. Let me know what you think about that by writing a comment, giving me a like or dislike, and you know what we will be doing in the next video, so have a good day and see you soon.